Coach, what did you see out of the two starters from today's and tonight?
Yeah, Bernsey didn't quite, have it clicking. I don't know which way to say it because he always has good stuff, and he was competing. It just wasn't clicking for him like it has in all of his scrimmage outings and his game outings this semester. And yet he found a way to give us 5 innings, and he finished strong. His last inning was his best inning. So there were some positives and negatives there, but the key is every day isn't going to be your peak performance, but you got to find a way to make it a good day, and he did for us. And then Doe was outstanding. Kind of had a little more look of determination and conviction to him, as opposed to Minute Maid. I wouldn't say he had stars in his eyes or anything, but there was just a little more thinking or wheels spinning going on, it seemed, in that game. So it was good to see that, and the performance followed. If anything, both guys could have been more efficient with their pitches. But again, they gave us a chance to win the game as starters.
How do you assess both of those guys' performances so far this year, as that's their last start before SEC play?
Yeah, they've been great for us. I mean, you don't want, it's okay to come to the park and not know who your DH is that day because maybe you want to match up against the pitcher, or, if this happens, are you going to put this guy in the game? But you don't want to come to the park not knowing who your weekend starters are. A lot of times you get to Sunday and maybe it's TBA, but all three of these guys, I think, have done what we're looking for with, not just what you see on game day, but on practice day as well. That makes us feel good as a coaching staff that they're well prepared, they're well rounded, and then also they're going to give us a chance to win each game that they have the ball in their hand.
What did you see from the bullpen in the first two games today? What did you see from Camden and all?
Well, Ben is the big one that sticks out in my mind. We finally kind of let him go. I mean, we're trying to get a lot of repetitions, and by that I mean not pitches within one outing, but get out there a bunch. So the outings have been short, but today we just wanted to let him go, and he took full advantage of it. I mean, Cortland's obviously played really good defense for us. He's real close to making sure they don't get any hits against Ben, but the biggest thing, he started landing that slider, and now hitter's got a lot to think about with that and the velocity. And then Camden, was good in the situation we brought him in, wasn't necessarily at his best. And then Wyatt Evans has proven that he's not scared. He's going to pump it in there. So they got the job done. Could always be better, but I think Ben was kind of the highlight there.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Ben too. He's only seen like 2 or 3 batters most of his appearances this year, but is this like what you want him to do, I guess, for other games he's going to throw in?
Yeah, I think, eventually you get to a conference and it's cutthroat, or even just deep into the year where you're not working your way through things anymore. You need as many wins as you can gobble up as possible. So it kind of becomes more of a, hey, let's not pre-script it and give this guy 15 pitches or 20 pitches or 2 hitters or 3 hitters. It's put the guy out in a situation you think puts our team at a position to succeed, and then roll with that guy until he's no longer the guy that you feel can have success for the team.
Coach, we got to see Ortega, 1 at bat each in both games. Was he fully available today, or was it just kind of testing some things out after going down on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, he was fully available, but it was kind of late notice, and I'd already talked to Steen and Simo. We've gotten really good defense and a lot of sock out of that spot in the lineup, regardless who's playing second. And you got a little deal there where 3 guys can really help us win in a lot of different ways. So I think the injury, maybe if anything, gave us an excuse to spread the wealth a little bit. But Jarrell has proven that he's the guy there every day for us. So we'll see who plays there, on Sunday. But it was a little bit of late notice. Yesterday he wasn't able to practice with us, so didn't want to push the envelope too much there.
Steenstra coming in and replacing Ortega today. Steenstra came up big a few times. What have you seen from Logan that makes sure he's ready for SEC?
Well, I think he's grinding away like crazy at any opportunity to learn that position and get good reps. I mean, I think he's, capable of playing a really good SEC shortstop or second base for us. So we always like relying on him defensively. He's a good base runner. He's obviously got long strides. But the thing to answer your question is he's starting to swing the bat with more and more conviction every day he's on this campus, and is no longer a table setter or, a defensive first player. And again, it's increasing not just from last year, at the start of last year to the end, but increasing every day, and he showed that today.
Do you have any concern with Jordan Beck striking out a little more this week?
No, I think, he saw the ball so well at Minute Maid. Maybe call it balancing out a little bit or overthinking. I can't speak for him, but I do know you leave that guy out for long enough, the numbers are going to even out and speak for themselves. And I know he's got a couple breaks coming to him based off how he hit the ball at Minute Maid and not getting a lot of breaks. But no, he would be the first one to tell you out of the last 3 days, his performance isn't as good as it needs to be. But he's in this batting cage area more than anybody in the video room and everywhere else. So we got no qualms with him at all.
Has Jared pretty much locked up the leadoff spot?
I think so. We said it going into the extra inning game or the restart game against James Madison, which turned into an extra inning game, that he was leading that scenario off, if you remember, in the 8th, and he's our leadoff guy. So we were set up pretty good there. There may be days where we flip-flop something to try something new, but again, we are getting close to SEC play, and he's our guy.
What do you want to see from your team?
Couple more guys.
You got a day off tomorrow, and you're coming back on Sunday. What do you want to see from your team, like mentally preparing and all that?
You know, if they get their ducks in a row, for brevity's sake, between now and the start of that game, it'll show. Can't promise that we'll win or it'll be a great score or great defensive plays, but you got daylights, whatever the hell it is. We're going to lose an hour, which everybody's unhappy about. You got a day off. It's cold here. Hopefully we're watching our basketball team march towards an SEC championship. So I could go on and on about a bunch of different things they need to manage as a group. But if they do that, with the help of the coaching staff, it'll show on Sunday that they're at least ready to play.
What are you looking to see over the next week going into Sunday and the midweek to show that your team's ready for SEC play?
You know, I think we're getting to a point where, again, we need to go out there and just, throw everything at them that we have in the kitchen sink and try and win each inning. And Sunday that'll be the case, and Tuesday as well. And then, conference is right around the corner. Everybody knows that, but I don't think you can get too hung up on it. I think tomorrow is a day of rest for our guys that's kind of been earned. It's been a long week if you look at the whole itinerary, and that could really pay off in the long run for us, at least as it relates to the next 6 or 7 days.
You excited to get to watch
Last
the basketball
one.
game tomorrow?
I hadn't even thought about it. Now that you say it, I'm in charge of when practice starts and ends, so we'll get some sort of workout tomorrow, as will Rhode Island, and I'll be making sure that it is not coinciding with that basketball game. So, yes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.